Hi, I'm Jill with the Mobile Public Library, and I am back again with another 3 books that I didn't really enjoy that much personally, but you may really like. So I'm just going to get started with them. The first one that I want to talk about is These Burning Stars by Bethany Jacobs. This is the most recent of the ones I'm going to talk about. It's a space opera, and it's got these 4 different characters that you're following, and they're doing a bunch of like ruthless things. This is very gritty and dark, and you learn about, you know, the space empire that's run by some sort of like religious order, and the various families, powerful families that are competing with each other for power, and the bad stuff they did. But as much time as they spent setting up the world, they didn't spend a whole lot of, the author didn't spend a whole lot of time developing the individual characters. So by the end of the book, I didn't really understand what any of the characters' motivations were, and I didn't really care about any of them either. So that was an issue for me, but a lot of people did love the book, and there is a sequel to it that just recently came out. And then the second one I want to talk about is a urban fantasy, Rivers of London by Ben Aaronovitch. It's set in London. The main character, Peter, is he's a rookie police officer. And he comes across this murder that's like a supernaturally involved murder, and he finds out that he has magical powers. And then they also have to go into like, you know, how does the magic system work? What are these different kind of magical creatures that are living in London? And there's these river deities in London too that are fighting with each other. So there's a very rich world of like supernatural stuff under the surface in, you know, regular London. But you spend so much time learning about this supernatural stuff, you didn't really learn that much about Peter. So again, by the end of the book, I didn't feel like I really had a grasp of who this character was. This is a long series. There's more than a dozen books. I would not be at all surprised if there's more character development in the later books, but I did not stick it out to find out. But, you know, like I said, it is an urban fantasy. If you really like urban fantasies, you may really enjoy this. I know more than one person who does. And then the third one I want to talk about is Cloud Roads by Martha Wells. This one I was really looking forward to because I've read some of Martha Wells' other books and really enjoyed them. But this one is a fantasy, and it's set in a world where it's not like a European fantasy, you know, you got standard castles and kings and stuff that you can easily understand. It's set in this world where you have a lot of different species that, you know, Martha Wells dreamed up herself. So the main character is a shapeshifter. He's always been hiding his shapeshifting powers, and then as an adult, he encounters other shapeshifters of the same type he is, and then he has to learn as an adult about the society that he's from. And these shapeshifters, they have a human form, but then they also have another form that's kind of like a winged humanoid dragon, and then they live in these societies that's structured kind of like a beehive where there's a queen and there's workers and so on, which is very foreign both to the main character and to also the audience. But she spends so much time in this book kind of establishing the world, and both the Rakshura, which is the main, you know, fantasy creature, as well as all of these other supernatural type species that live in this world, and how the world's structured and the geography of it and so on and so forth. That again, I never really felt like I understood who Moon was as a character, so I didn't continue on with the series. There are 5 books, and as with the other 2 series, I know a ton of people who've really liked them. So all 3 of these books, I didn't get into them because I felt like the character development took a backseat to the world building. And some people absolutely love world building in these books, and if that's you, you may love reading these books if world building is really your thing. But I like world building, but I prefer character development. So these books kind of lost me there. But like I said, all 3 of them do have a big fandom behind them, so you may disagree with my opinion. For food, I've been eating a lot of pimento cheese lately, you know, on sandwiches, and you know, dipping fresh vegetables in it, and in scrambled eggs. Pimento cheese is excellent in scrambled eggs. Give that a try if you you know, have bought some of these $1 million eggs. Pimento cheese is fantastic in it if you like pimento cheese. Anyway, leave me a comment down below and let me know what you have been reading and eating lately, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.